cooking yakisoba today, and I'm sure you're very confused, like,
why you're making yakisoba? Isn't this a channel about Brazilian food?
well, yakisoba traveled from China to Japan to Brazil, and because Brazil has the largest Japanese population in the world outside of Japan, and I am also 30% Japanese according to my DNA test, and I grew up in São Paulo. In São Paulo, yakisoba, it's street food, and we just, eat easily. It's quite a cheap food, and I love it, and I miss it, and I'm cooking and teaching you how to make it today. Yakisoba, it's a fried noodle, so it's very easy to make, and you can substitute the ingredients. It's very common with broccoli, bean sprouts, cabbages, carrots, spring onions, some mushrooms, and our protein. It can be a shrimp, can be a pork. I love the pork, and also you can just make vegetarians with some tofu. In Brazil, it's very common, the pork and some beef as well. So I am making with the pork belly today. So I have it here as well, a lot of Asian ingredients, a lot of Japanese ingredients, and it's very common in Japanese food. Okay, I have it here a lot of the sauces as well. So I have some rice wine vinegar, some sesame oil, oyster sauce, soy sauce, sauce, all of the sauce, It goes a lot of these things in Japanese cuisine and just bring this umami, this balance of sweet and sour, and it's delicious, and you can find in any Asian supermarket around you. Some countries already has like a section of the Asian food. And I'm also using the noodles that I already have it here cooked. And you can also find in Asian supermarkets the one for yakisobas, but they are a little bit thicker. But this one also works very, very well. And it's easier to find around, right? I just bought this beautiful wok that I'm very excited about it, but you can use any pan, just a saute pan. It's just fine, but I always wanted to have a wok, and I finally got one. I already cooked the noodles like a normal pasta. That's what you want to do, right? Like boiling water, a little bit of salt, pasta in it, a little bit al dente, because we are going to continue cooking on the wok. And I want to give a little fry because I like the little crispiness from the fry that gives it into the noodles. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the wok quite hot. I'm also going to add some oil to the wok. I'm going to add as well a little bit of the sesame oil to give more taste. It's kind of nice, but it's rich, so don't go over too much on the sesame oil. I'm gonna add the noodles, and I have here this, guys. I'm gonna just go around. Peço ajuda pros malandros e recomeço a cantar. O bom é que quando se tem amigos, os ombros se multiplicam para o seu choro lavar. Pois sabem que a vida. Okay, guys, so what I'm looking for is like a little bit of nice golden color, but you don't need to go too far. Okay? Now I'm gonna make the sauce. It's just a lot of ingredients, but actually it's just the easiest thing ever to make. It's gonna be 2 spoons of sugar, 1.5 of rice wine vinegar, 1 of sesame oil, 1 spoon of mirin, 1.5 of soy sauce, 2 spoons of Worcestershire sauce. I think it's so hard to say Worcestershire sauce. In Brazil, we say molho inglês, which is English sauce. Oyster sauce. So good. So rich oyster sauce. 1 spoon of the oyster sauce. A little whisk. This should combine everything. You can use a fork if you want, you know, everything, or a spoon. It's fine. Nice! Sauce is ready. Now I'm going to start just chopping all the ingredients. I have here the gnocchi mushrooms. You can use any other mushroom that you like. And I'm going to cut a carrot that is already peeled in julienne.
Chegou a hora de recomeçar, abrir o tempo como eu sempre quis. Já aprendi a me fazer feliz. Vou voltar. Eu vou voltar pro meu país. E tô feliz, feliz. Com muita história pra contar. E tanta gente pra abraçar. E muita luta pra encarar. Um dia a dia que eu conheço bem. Porque cresci ali e o que se tem me faz feliz também.
Getting the wok hot. Adding a bit of oil, and the pork is gonna be this first thing into the pan. The nice thing about having a cast iron pan is just reach in a very high temperature, and once you added your protein or your vegetables, the temperature doesn't drop. So it gives it a nice caramelization and it gives this a crispy layer on your vegetables, on your meat. So love it. Having a good pan does makes your cooking better. And also because I have an induction, the pan allows the heat to go all the way to the top because I don't have fire around the wok, right? The wok is usually this. It's like fire around, and then that's why all the sides heats up. But induction, you don't have that, but the material, the cast iron, it will bring all the heat up, and then you will get all the pan hot, not only where it touched the induction. Oh, some people buy shoes, some, you know, purses, jacket. I buy pan, knives, food, lots of food, lots of food. So you see, it's quite a lot of fat. So if I keep this fat on the pan, the yakisoba is gonna be too greasy. So I want to get rid of this fat, it's too much. So I'm going to add this to a bowl. And because I am 30% Japanese, but 100% Brazilian, I have hard time with these things. Keep falling from my hand. But it's handy, it's very handy to cook with this. And also makes sense because you don't break the noodles, okay? This is not, you know, like, oh, let's make it pretty for the video. No, you can use tweezers as well. It just helps to not break the noodles once you're cooking them. All right, so that's enough for the pork. I'm gonna keep it here on the side. Remember that I said about the pan is hot enough. So I'm just going to keep it here. It's gonna keep cooking, and it will continue giving this caramelization and crispness to the pork. And now we have some orders on the ingredients, right? Carrots takes a little bit longer to cook than the enoki mushrooms. I'm gonna cook this one first. And I also have here the broccoli that is already cooked. I blanched already. So it's a little bit al dente, but it's soft. It's nice and soft. So this is gonna go in a minute, but right after a little bit of the carrot is fried. But I'm also adding the ginger. It goes quite a lot of ginger, but I will say like a big spoon of ginger, tablespoon.
I am hungry.
Cuidado pra esse jogo não render, não. Mas é jogando que se aprende a jogar. Eu jogo, jogo, jogo. Jogo e não nego pra te ganhar. Jogo, jogo, jogo. Mas é jogando que se aprende a...
Now the sauce. Alright, time to plate because this is amazing. I wish that I could, can I just eat it from here? Like, like this. Unfortunately, I need to share this food. So I'm gonna be polite and just add it to my plate. Okay, a little bit of everything. We have some broccoli, cabbages, the pork. Okay, I'm very excited like always. Guys, don't forget to like my videos, comment below, let me know how you like. You know, it's important for me. I will really appreciate your feedback. And of course, subscribe. Hungry Nachi channel. All right.
Meu beijinho de coco, você vai querer provar. Quantas vezes que eu não...
Cannot be fancy eating noodles, right? Guys, it's amazing. The combination of all the sauces and the pork, so good. Yakisoba, simple fried noodle. Just throw whatever you have in the fridge. Do the recipe with the sauce. It's a perfect combination. Thank you very much for watching. Muito obrigada. Or, domo arigatou gozaimashita.